Welcome to Coffee and Clicks. I'm your host, Tlish. Today we are drinking Danish blend coffee from Puerto Rico Importing Company. And we are unboxing the second brick of a Rebirth case. The first brick we opened, we had some pretty cool stuff. We got Shazam, we got Lex Luthor, we got Starfire, and we got the Dawnbreaker. We also took a look at the Devastator. I forgot to show you guys Black Adam, so I'll show you guys Black Adam right now. Just don't forget to like my my YouTube page. It's called Coffee and Clicks. Don't forget to give it a like and a subscribe, and also to hit the bell notification so you can always get notified about my content and when it comes out. And hope you guys enjoy watching. This is Black Adam. There's a sculpt for Black Adam. I'll compare him to Shazam here. There's Black Adam and Shazam. Very cool little combination, the two of them. Okay, so here's Black Adam. Black Adam has Injustice Society, Justice Society, Injustice Society, Justice Society, Secret Society of Supervillains, Mystical, Ruler, and Warrior. Keywords: real name Teth Adam. He moves through blocking and destroys blocking terrain, which is really cool. And he has just one trait. He has the trait of Super Senses. It's called Swiftness of Heru. Excuse me. Super Senses, free, roll a d6, move Black Adam up to X squares, where X is the result. Okay, he's set number 37B. He's a prime. I think he's a rare prime. He has Mystics and Quintessence team abilities, and he has 12 movement with charge. He's a 200-point line and a 100-point line, so he has 12 movement with charge, 4 damage with exploit weakness, and 12 attack with super strength. And he can also move through blocking like that, and he can also do the free move up to D6. So you can possibly move him 6. If you wanted to just swing all the way across the board, you could, because like you could swing pretty far with him. You could move him, you could roll a D6, move him 6 through blocking, then charge 6. So you can move him up to 12. Pick up a heavy object and deal 6 damage, or 4 penetrating if you wanted to use exploit weakness. That's pretty cool. And he has Super Senses traded, so a little bit hard to kill. He's got invincible, top dial. I played him at a pre-release, and I played him at the 100-point line, and I think that was a mistake. I should have played him at the 200-point line. Because at the 100-point line, once you hit him off that first click, he dies down a little bit. But at the 200-point line, he's a beast. So I think I should have played him at 200. But that's Black Adam. Very cool piece. I know a lot of people are excited about him, as was I. So very cool. If I get another one. Hopefully I don't. I'd rather pull somebody different. But if I get another one, then he'll be up for trade. So let's see what we got. Let's start this booster brick, and then I'm gonna try to go faster than I did in the last video. I'm only gonna look at figures that are like really good, really standout figures, and then I'm gonna try to get to the. I'll show you guys Devastator that I also pulled in another pack. And I'm going to show you guys the Rebirth Fast Forces. We'll try to get through that as well in this video. So let's start on the left. actually, I think this is the right because I actually have it backwards, but you guys can see the pretty side. This is the Dark Knight's metal side. That side is like the this is Rebirth side. And if I didn't mention it in the last video, I think I mentioned it in the last video, but just in case you didn't see the last video, this is a Vision t-shirt that I am wearing as a tribute to Scott Porter, because Scott Porter, it's Vision 2020, Vision 2020 it says. It's a t-shirt that Scott Porter was wearing in one of his unboxings, and I really like Vision because of Tom King's series, The Vision. Before that, I was never really into Vision as a character, but then I got into him after that series. I think it was a really good series. Definitely recommend anybody go out and read it. Scott Porter was wearing this shirt, and I was like, that's a cool shirt, and so I demanded it on the internet, and I found it, and it was a little hard to look for because I was like, where do you find this shirt? It was a really cool shirt. But yeah, so I'm wearing a Marvel t-shirt in a DC unboxing. Sorry guys, but it's I couldn't resist. All right, we have 2 boosters here. Let's open up this one first. Also want Superman. I'm hoping to get Superman, and I'm hoping to get Bizarro. All right, so it looks like we have Raven. Raven's good. I like Raven. Tara, Power Girl, Artemis, and Duke Thomas. There are their sculpts. Did I mention, my name's Tlish, and this is Coffee and Clicks you're watching. I always forget if I mention that, if I say that or not. I probably say it like 3 times, but whatever. All right, let's look at Raven. Really like a lot of the figures in the set. At first I was like, wasn't sure about the set, but then like it kind of grew on me. So Raven, she's got a cool sculpt there. She's got like the little energy coming out of her hands. She's like all monstrous and demonic. I think monster keyword is definitely growing as a keyword. Also mystical too. She's got both monster and mystical keyword. She is just a taxi. Well, she's not just a taxi. She's a good support piece. Titans Reborn, that's her trait. Real name Rachel Roth. Set number 40. Teen Titans, monster and mystical keywords. Titans Reborn is her trait. When Raven is given a move action after resolution, she can use the Titans team ability at no cost. Also, movement power, phasing, teleport, and stealth. Passengers 3, but only to carry characters that share a keyword with her regardless of flight ability. And also damage power, perplex, probability control, and support. Okay, so instead of TK, they gave her support. I thought that she would maybe have TK, but support is a really good power. So I can see a lot of people using that with her. And she can move around 3 characters. And she's got perplex and prob. So that's pretty good. She only got 1 damage. She's not an attacker. She's a support piece. And she comes in at 65 or 50 points. And she's got the Mystics and Teen Titans team abilities. So definitely a little fun, definitely a good tool. She might be, you never know, she might be, I think she could find her way onto some competitive teams that are doing mystical or monster keywords. So yeah, I like her. We got Artemis too. Yeah, so Duke Thomas, Artemis, Power Girl, Tara, and Raven. let's look at the next box. I like to keep, by the way, I like to keep all my, I think I mentioned this in the last video, I like to keep all my boosters together. I don't like to take them out until I play them sealed. I like to practice my own sealed at home, and I randomize the boxes to put little numbers on them, and I roll dice and see, okay, you get box booster 3 and booster 5, I get booster 6 and booster 12, and then we play them and see what happens. So randomized, kind of like a imitation sealed tournament. Here we go, next booster. All right, we have Beast Boy. You can always tell from the sculpt right away. Deathstroke, Tempest, Jericho, and Wonder Woman. Okay. Also a lot of mind control in this set. Jericho is a mind controller. So you have a lot of mind control and you have a lot of TK in this set. And Tempest creates water terrain. This is the second Tempest that we drew. We talked about Deathstroke. Deathstroke is a power common in this set. And yeah, we're gonna move on. Okay, but here are the sculpts for that booster. Beast Boy's got a really cool sculpt. Let's put the garbage over here. All right, let's see what we got here. This one's a little sticky. Looks like we got a Superwoman, Demos, Nightwing, Veronica Cale, and regular Batman. I don't really love his purple cape. He's got purple on the inside of his cape, Batman. I guess that's the Rebirth costume. So, I don't know. But okay, here are the sculpts on that one. Not really crazy about any of those figures. I already have a Superwoman, so we're gonna move on from that. Okay. We'll go into the next one. Let's go to the next one. I think that Batman's supposed to be good though. I think he sees through stealth, or he ignores stealth or something like that. Let's look at the next box. Let's see what we have here. Got another chase, a Devastator. So I have two Devastators. Lady Vic, the Devastator, Batman, Rose Wilson, and Terra. So I will be trading one of my Devastators. Hopefully get something cool for it. Maybe I'll try to trade for like a Bizarro or something like that. So yeah, I have Terra, Rose Wilson, Batman, Devastator, and Lady Vic. So let's take a look at Devastator. I have it right here. Devastator. So I got two chases in this case. That's pretty cool. Once per turn, when the Devastator targets and hits a single opposing character with a close attack, after resolutions, deal each other character that is adjacent to either the Devastator or the target 1 penetrating damage. Includes friendly characters and usually the target. Okay, we talked about that when we saw Dawnbreaker. He deals extra damage, so that's always good. Extra penetrating damage is always good when you can ping people. We will not hide in the shadows anymore. When the Devastator occupies clear terrain and is targeted by a range attack, modify defense +1. When targeted by an opposing character that can use stealth, modify defense +1. When targeted by an opposing character occupying hindering terrain, modified defense +1. So the modifiers stack, so he can get potentially up to a +3 defense if, let's say, you're in clear terrain, they're in hindering terrain, and they have stealth and they're shooting you. Then you get +3 attack, +3 defense. And then his final trait is unique to just him. It's called the Doomsday Virus. Because he's supposed to be in the comic books. He's supposed to be like the alternate universe Batman that is kind of like Doomsday. So he's like the Doomsday Batman. His real name is Bruce Wayne. He has the Dark Knight's brute and monster keywords. So the Doomsday Virus is free. Choose an opposing character the Devastator hit this turn and give that character a Doomsday Virus token. This game, characters modify their combat values +1 for every 2 Doomsday Virus tokens they have. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6 for each character with a Doomsday Virus token. If the result is equal or less than the number of Doomsday Virus tokens that character has, deal that character 1 unavoidable damage for each Doomsday Virus token they have, then give them a Doomsday Virus token. So, let's say you hit somebody, then the next turn, at the beginning of your turn, you roll a d6. If you roll a 1, because they already have 1 Doomsday Virus token, if you roll a 1 on a d6, then they take an unavoidable damage, and it's free, so you get a 1/6 chance of giving them an unavoidable damage, and if they do take a damage, then they get another token. They grow to be +1 combat values, but then the next turn, they have a 1/3 chance of taking an unavoidable damage because you're rolling a 1 or a 2. Actually, it's beneficial to either have 1 token on them or 3 tokens on them, because if you do 3 tokens on them, by that time, you have to you'd have to hit them twice, so they're probably dead after taking a damage, and I don't know. I'm sure that trait can be used advantageously to deal damage to people. Definitely, it's a little tricky to use because you're giving them +1 combat values, but I think that it can definitely be used to your advantage. So I like it. It's going to be a fun trait to use. It sounds fun. And this guy's just a beast. He's at 225. He's got charge, 19 defense with invincible, 12 attack, and 5 damage, if you look at him. And then he also has a 150 point line. The only thing is he's outwittable. He has no team abilities, and he cannot move through any hindering or anything like that, so he has to stop in hindering. But he's just a monster at 225. He's pretty beastly. I think somebody that I know was telling me just put the exo specs on him, and to give him stealth and stuff like that, and he'd be a pretty good one-man army. He's a fun piece for sure. Great sculpt. I like the Devastator. I now have 2 of them, so if I wanted to play 2 at 150, I could play 2 Devastators at 150. That would be kind of funny. All right, so I'll put them away. Where's the card? There we go. All right, so put that pack away. All right, let's hope for some more super rares and stuff. Let's see what kind of super rares we get. Hopefully, I don't know if I'm gonna still get a prime. Probably unlikely, but I'd like to get a prime. So we have Phobos, Cyclone, Commander Steel, Aqualad, and the Flash. Okay, we're gonna probably just skip through this one. But those are the sculpts, that's what it looks like. We have here Adeline Kane, Kid Flash, Prez Rickard. Yes, we got Superman. And Ravager, so we'll take a look at Superman. So far, I'm very happy with my super rare pulls. All my pulls, I'm really happy with my pulls today. Very good. And maybe I could trade that Dawnbreaker. No, not the Dawnbreaker. I'm gonna trade the Devastator for another Chase or something like that, or Bizarro if I don't get Bizarro. I'd like to get Signal too. I mean, he's a cool prime for common prime. So here's Superman. He is a very hulkish Superman. One of the most muscular Superman I've seen. That dark blue costume. I mean, Superman should look hulkish. I mean, he's pretty strong, so he should look strong, you know. He looks like he's like angry. He's like gonna beat something down. The angry Superman. So he has the Justice League, Kryptonian, Metropolis, Trinity, and Reporter keywords. Trait: when leading the charge, when Superman makes the first attack during a turn and hits, until your next turn, other friendly characters with the Justice League keyword can use targeting through hindering this turn. So he's got the he also targets through hindering because he's got the Superman ally team ability. He also has a JLA team ability. Another trait: phasing teleport. When Superman uses it, generate a hindering terrain marker in the square he began and ended his movement in. And after resolutions, if he moved 5 squares or less, he can use Quake at no cost. Yeah, that's good. And if you play him at 100 points, he can sidestep and then use that ability, so you can actually go 7. And then Quake at no cost with it, and that's pretty cool. He's only got 5 clicks at 100 points, but he's got 18 impervious. So I would play him at 100, you know, and you can move 7 and then Quake with an 11 attack, 4 damage. I would do that. He also has, when he gets down to his bottom 3 clicks, he has a movement power, charge, flurry, and sidestep. So he has 6 range. At 175 points, he's got some pretty good stats. He's got 11 with hypersonic speed, 12 attack, 18 defense, 4 damage with leadership, 18 invincible, 12 with, he's got hypersonic and precision strike, which is always a good combination. So you can look at both his dials. There's 175 and 100. That's the back of his card. Here's the front of his card. So very happy to get Superman. Let's take a look at the next booster. All right, well, we have a Jessica Cruz with a broken arm. So that stinks. I'm gonna have to glue that back on. I don't know if I can. But Jessica Cruz, we'll take a look at her anyway. So here's the sculpt. There's also Cyborg, Rose Wilson, Jericho, and Deathstroke, the Defiance version of Deathstroke. So Jessica Cruz. I was hoping to get Jessica Cruz, but not with a broken arm. Let's see if that can come back together. Her arm is so skinny that I don't know if it'll be able to be glued back on. We'll take a look at it later. All right, so let's take a look at her card. Jessica Cruz, she's 65 points. She's set number 56. Green Lantern Corps, Justice League, team ability, keywords. When Jessica Cruz makes the first attack during a turn, it hits. Until your next turn, other friendly characters with the Justice League keyword can use Sidestep. That's a good one. She has telekinesis once per turn. When Jessica Cruz carries a character and moves 5 or less squares after resolutions, she may use telekinesis at no cost. That seems like it could work and sounds good. And she also has the Green Lantern Corps team ability where she can carry up to 8 characters. She has a damage power shape change. Free, choose a character within line of fire, range and line of fire. That character can't use Battle Fury this turn. So that sounds good. So she has a pretty cool shape change ability where she can turn off Battle Fury. Here is her back of her dial. She's got that special power with TK and carrying with a free TK. So she's 65 points. Good taxi, good TK piece. I told you there's a lot of TK in this set. So there's her front of her card. And let's look at the next box. So far, no primes. I don't know if we're gonna get a prime though. All right, we have Shade the Changing Girl. She's interesting. Mr. Terrific, Prez Ricard, Demos, and Deathstroke. So Shade the Changing Girl was an interesting one. We could take a look at her. So there's Shade the Changing Girl's sculpt. Shade the Changing Girl. Cosmic keywords. Real name Megan Boyer Loma Shade. Set number 44. Trait, a touch of madness. Shape change. When Shade the Changing Girl uses it and succeeds, you may change the target to a friendly character friendly to the attacking character. So that's really cool. So, okay, I hit a 5 or 6 shape change. You can't attack me, but now you're attacking your own pieces. That's really cool. Speed power, she just kind of shows up. Phasing, teleport, and plasticity. Power, place Shade the Changing Girl in any square with an unheld object. Well, that could be interesting with everybody playing objects these days. You know, you place her in a square on top of an object. She is 45 points, so I guess that's expensive to pay for just to steal somebody's object. Interesting power. I guess you can even if you placed her on top of the object, she can't pick it up because, like, I mean, like, you could just, like, TK the object out from under her. I don't know how that would work. And then she's got a damage power perplex, but only to target opposing characters. It's the trait. The power is called Dip into Megan's Bullying. When Shade the Changing Girl uses it, you may instead modify a combat value other than damage -2 instead of -1. That's potentially really powerful because you could modify someone's attack to -2 or their defense to -2. So you can really hurt a lot of opposing characters with her perplex ability. But that doesn't come until later in her dial. That comes in her last 3 clicks, and you can see her 45-point dial right there, what she does, what stats she has. Here's the front of her card. She's an interesting piece. Moving on. Let's move to the next booster. We have 2 boosters left, and then we'll look at the fast forces. All right, we got our prime. We did get a prime. So we got Citizen Steel. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I know a lot of people are looking for Citizen Steel. He has this like power against retaliation. So I also got an Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Power Girl, and Superman from the Justice League of China. So let's take a look at Citizen Steel. He's going to be a pretty cool prime figure. So I was surprised to get a prime actually, because I didn't think I was going to get one because I got 2 chases. So there's the sculpt. Here's the sculpt of Citizen Steel. We'll take a look at him. And he's kind of got an old school costume. I kind of like it. I don't know anything about the character Citizen Steel. I mean, the only Steel I know is the Superman Steel, the guy with the metal armor. That's the only Steel that I really know anything about. So I'm usually a Marvel guy. I'm not a DC guy. I do like DC though. I like them. I like them like 60-40, 60%, 40%. But DC is starting to grow on me. So especially with this set, this set is really cool. Getting me introduced into a lot of the new characters. So let's take a look at Citizen Steel. So here is Citizen Steel, his card. There's the front of his card. Here is the back of his card. Very long dial, 8 clicks long, for only 110 points. And also you could play him at 35 points. He might get play at 35 points just to protect against retaliators, because we'll see what he does. So let's see what he does. He's got the Justice Society and celebrity keywords. That'd be cool, playing him on a celebrity theme team. The Haywood Legacy. His real name is Nathaniel Haywood. He is set number 23B. When Citizen Steel is hit with a close attack, after resolutions, deal the attacker 1 penetrating damage. So, yeah, you can't punch him because, well, you can, but it's like Mystics just for close attacks. Other trait is to fight Gog. So I guess he's fighting not Mangog, because Mangog is Marvel, right? So opposing characters with Colossal symbol can't be placed within 3 squares of Citizen Steel. If Citizen Steel cost 110 points, they can't be placed within 4 squares instead. So it's very hard to place a Colossal Retaliator to hit your characters if Citizen Steel's right there in the middle of them, and you can't place the characters within 4 squares. He has Invincible. Citizen Steel can't be moved or placed by opposing effects. Okay, so he can't be knocked back, he can't be TK'd or anything like that. He has Charge. Not a fan of his attack values. They're all 10s. But he does have Close Combat Expert his entire dial, so he is a Close Combat Expert by trade. His entire dial is Close Combat Expert. And he has Quake and Charge. He's got some Sidestep in there. Definitely some tough defense powers. Yeah, he's indomitable. So he's looking good. I like him. You know, all these pieces in this set, I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of all these pieces. I'm probably gonna put up the Devastator for trade and see what I can get. Maybe I can get a Bizarro, because I think if anybody wants to trade a Bizarro for a Devastator, hit me up. You know, I don't know if they're worth about the same, but I don't know if anybody. I don't know if it's a good trade or not. We'll see. Maybe we'll see what else we get here. Maybe get another super rare. I'm not sure how many super rares I've had so far. Maybe I'll get another one. Let's see what we have here in this pack. Last pack, and then we're going to go into Fast Forces. So we have Cyborg, Terra, Wonder Woman. We've got a lot of Wonder Woman and a lot of Nightwings. Oh, we do have a super rare, and it is a good one. The super rare Deathstroke. So we will take a look at that. I did not expect to get him. I wasn't even thinking about him when I first, when I was thinking like what pieces do I want from this set. I was not thinking super rare Deathstroke, but he is a cool piece, and I'm glad to get him. So he is the Deathstroke with the Speed Force. So he's like the Flash, kind of like the Flash has the Speed Force. Now Deathstroke has the Speed Force, and in Rebirth, I guess at one point he has the Speed Force. So we'll take a look at his dial and what he does. And he's got a super cool sculpt there, coming right at you. That's the back, that's the front, and that's the side. He's running really fast. He's running really fast, can't catch him. All right, there's the rest of the pieces. I'm glad that I bought that Mr. Oz now, because I did not open him, so so now I have Mr. Oz as well, because that was a good call on buying him. Let's open up Deathstroke and see what he does. Deathstroke. Here's his card. That's the front. That's the back. He has Sidestep on his first click. He's 150 points. He has Sidestep, Energy Explosion, 18 toughness, and a damage power with 4 damage. His trait is Borrowed Speed Force. So he moves through hindering. His real name is Slade Wilson. He's set number 57, Society, Assassin, Martial Artist, Soldier, and Speedster. Keywords. Soldier keyword is definitely a big one right now. Trait, hypersonic speed. When Deathstroke moves at least one square and hits one or more adjacent characters, after resolutions, give him a speed token. Modify defense +1 against range attacks for each speed token. When Deathstroke uses hypersonic speed, you may remove a speed token. If you do, when he may be given a close or range action at no cost instead of making an attack. So I don't know if you put the exospecs on him, he can make he can use pulse wave and hypersonic together, because pulse wave is a range action. So that's pretty dangerous, you know. I don't know how else you can exploit that trait there, or I shouldn't use the word exploit. How other ways of putting use to that trait other than pulse wave. I don't know what other closer range actions are out there that you can use. Oh, well, obviously energy explosion. He can use energy explosion because I think that's a range action. And he has that top dial. Oh, he also has other later in his dial he gets blades, claws, fangs. So I think he can use that. Or flurry, he gets flurry. So I don't know, maybe he can use hypersonic and then flurry and blades. So sounds pretty dangerous. He's a pretty dangerous figure. And you know, to get that when he moves at least one square and hits one or more adjacent characters, you know, you can sidestep him over and then hit Fast Force's Penguin, because it does not say opposing characters. So if you sidestep him over one and then punch Fast Force's Penguin, he automatically gets a speed token. So you can probably combo that with a lot of stuff. And then he has a damage power, exploit weakness, probability control. Each time Deathstroke's attack roll is re-rolled, immediately modify his attack +1. So if he misses, rolls a 6, misses, rolls a 6 again, now he hits because attack +1, right? Or if somebody else re-rolls his attack, then he gets attack +1. So he's a tough cookie. I like him. He's 150 points, but he's gonna be really fun to play. I think he's a really cool figure. Glad I got him in my last booster. I really got a lot of super rares and chases and stuff that I like. Probably gonna go out and get Signal because he's not that expensive, and I like him as a prime figure. And I'll probably try to trade for Bizarro or another chase, because I have 2 Devastators now, so I have to trade one of them. But overall, this was a great. I got some great pulls. Very happy with it. Pretty much done with getting stuff from the Rebirth set. And let's look at the Fast Forces. So here's the Fast Forces. We'll take a look at each of these figures. Really excited to look for I want to see the Flash from the Fast Forces, but actually the Cyborg and Wonder Woman looked good too. I think was it Cyborg and the Wonder Woman, or I'm not sure what. Some of them looked really good. All right, so here are the Fast Forces. Those are the figures. Let's look at the Flash first. Okay, so here's the Flash. There's the back of his card. He's 100 points or 50 points. And he's got really high defense values and shape change and super senses. He's got a 19 defense with shape change and super senses at 100 points. So I think it's Flash and Cyborg that go together because they each have special traits that they go together. Let's try to get him out of the package here. He's really crouched down there. He's like crouched. It's like he's in his running position. Looks kind of like the old Nightcrawler that crouched down like that. Trait. Oh, so okay. So he is. So it's another Barry Allen. Set numbers: Fast Forces 003, Central City, Justice League International, and excuse me. Some stuff fell over here. Justice League International and Police and Scientist keywords. Trait Sonic Boom, the Flash. The Flash deals penetrating damage to opposing characters hit by a character named Cyborg this turn. So there's, Fast Forces, they always have some synergy. I like that. You play Cyborg and the Flash together and they have that cool ability. Trait, I am not going to wait forever. Whenever an opposing character moves, after resolutions, you may move the Flash 1 square. That's really cool. There's some strategic positioning because they move, and then you can move the Flash 1 square after they move. I like that a lot. And then he's got 12 hypersonic, 11 with precision, 11 attack precision strike, 19 defense with shape change and super senses, 3 damage. JLA and police keywords, and at 50 points he's got 11 hypersonic with 10 precision strike, 18 defense with super senses and shape change, and 2 damage, but he's got precision strike, so one's always going to get through. Definitely, I think even cooler than the main set Flash. I think this Flash is a good representation of Barry Allen, and I like his defense values. He's got the Scientist keyword, so you could pair him with that Mr. Terrific, the one that you can only perplex things up +1. You can only modify things +1 as long as Mr. Terrific's on the board. So he's got such a high defense that it'll be hard to hit him. If other characters can't modify over +1, turns the rule of 3 into a rule of 1. I forget what Mr. Terrific that is. It's like an LE or something like that. But pair him with the Flash, the Scientist keyword. You could probably make a Scientist keyword theme team. Would be fun, I think. All right, let's look at Cyborg since they go together. Here's Cyborg. Very similar sculpt, the same sculpt as the main set Cyborgs. So I have a lot of Cyborgs now, but this Cyborg I think is pretty cool. Justice League International, Justice League, Star Labs, and Robot keyword. Love the Robot keyword. It's one of my favorites. Sonic Boom, Cyborg. Cyborg does not need line of fire to target opposing characters hit by a character named the Flash this turn. So he can just shoot people behind walls and behind anything. He does not need line of fire. So as long as it's within his range of 6, he can shoot people as long as the Flash hit that character. So that's really, that could be a little broken. I like that. Also, he has another movement ability: Force Blast, Phasing Teleport, and Sidestep. And he's got penetrating damage. He's got 18 impervious, and he comes with Outwit and Perplex on his 50-point dial, Outwit on his 100-point dial. So I like the Cyborg a lot. It's a very good piece. I would definitely play him with the Flash. Very fun synergies in this Fast Forces. Let's look at the Justice League of China pieces. Let's look at the Superman from the Justice League of China. Now these have the different. These are not Ministry of Self-Reliance Justice League of China, because that's from the main set. This is a different. They have different traits. Superman has Justice League International, Justice League of China, Celebrity, and Mystical keywords. He has trait China's Finest, Superman. Free, choose a standard damage power that an adjacent friendly character named Batman or Batman can use. Superman can use that power until your next turn. Okay, so it's kind of a pseudo pick-a-power. All Yang or all Yin. If an opposing force has more characters than yours, modify attack and defense +1. If an opposing character has exactly one character, modify. If an opposing force has exactly one character, modify attack and defense -1. So it's a yin and yang. If you're probably playing him at 100, then you probably have less characters than the opponent. So he probably gets +1 stats to his attack and defense, which would give him a 12 attack and a 19 defense, which is really good. He has charge and super strength. He's just kind of a beat stick. There's his stats at 150 points. Superman with a hyphen. Let's look at Batman from Justice League of China. Oh, there's Superman. Did I show you his sculpt? There's the sculpt. Okay, Superman. Let's look at Batman. They're like a little stuck in here. Kind of hard to get them out. Okay. There's Batman. China's Finest Batman. Choose a standard defense power or an adjacent friendly character named Superman or the adjacent friendly character named Superman. So Superman's was choosing a standard damage power. Batman's is choose a standard defense power. Okay, that's interesting. That Superman or Superman can use. Batman can use that power until your next turn, as long as they're adjacent. All Yang or all Yin. If an opposing force has more characters than yours, modify attack and defense +1. If an opposing force has exactly one character, modify attack and defense -1. We saw that before. And then he's got an attack power infinitely customizable sidekick. Free, choose energy explosion, precision strike, or telekinesis. Batman can use that power until your next turn. Oh, that's potentially very good. At 50 points, he's a TK. He can use TK. He's also got outwit, and he can choose energy explosion or precision strike. I think he's good at both point levels. He's got outwit, and he's also got prob. Batman is a little crafty, multi-tool, 50-point or 100-point piece. There's his front of his card. There's the back of his card. Okay. Let's look at the final Fast Forces. Here's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman has the Amazon, Justice League, and Justice League International and Deity keywords. She has a trait, Ancient Ways of Warfare, Wonder Woman. If a friendly character named Aquaman used Close Combat Expert or Perplex this turn, modify attack +1. And then another trait, Bullets and Bracelets. Wonder Woman takes a maximum of 1 damage from range attacks. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, you gotta hit her up close. Otherwise, she only takes a damage from range attacks. That's really good on Wonder Woman because Wonder Womans are traditionally charge and blades characters, and this one is no different. So she has no range at all for herself. So if you want to really damage her, you have to get up close, and then she can really do some damage on you with her blades. So she, you know, it forces you to get in on her, and then she takes advantage of that. So, although this Wonder Woman does not have willpower, and I am a little disappointed. Does the Flash have willpower? Yes, the Flash and Cyborg are both indomitable, but the Wonder Woman and Aquaman are not. So I'm not crazy about the Wonder Woman and Aquaman. There's Wonder Woman. Although I do like that. I mean, taking 1 damage from attacks is always, it's always solid. Here's Aquaman. Here's his sculpt. Aquaman's sculpt is really cool. All the Aquamans from this set have a good sculpt. It's the same sculpt, but it's a good. I like the sculpt. It's the bearded Aquaman from Rebirth that they kind of modeled after the Dothraki guy. What's his name? I forgot the actor's name. Jason Momoa, that it plays Aquaman. So he's got the beard and the long hair. So now Aquaman in the comics, Arthur Curry has the same thing. Aquaman, set number 001 from Fast Forces. He has the Atlantis, Justice League International, and Ruler keywords. I always like the Ruler keyword as well. Ancient Ways of Warfare, Aquaman. If a friendly character named Wonder Woman used Close Combat Expert or Perplex this turn, modify attack +1. Another trait, Lord of Atlantis, Reborn. Leadership. If Aquaman was carried and then placed in water terrain this turn, he has free make a close attack. So that's potentially broken because you can carry him all the way into water and then he can make a close attack. So you can kind of alpha strike with him, sort of. I mean, it's not a range attack, so you'll have less swing, but it's still pretty cool. He's got the Justice League team ability. These are his stats. I'll show you both sides of the card. He can be played at 100 or 50 points. All of these, so the Wonder Woman and Aquaman have synergy. The Flash and Cyborg have synergy. And the Justice League of China characters, Batman and Superman, have synergy. So you can play them together. All around, you know, Fast Forces, they're always fun. And I think my favorite piece is the Flash from that Fast Forces. But also the Cyborg is pretty cool too, because it goes along with the Flash. All right, so that was my unboxing for today. You are watching Coffee and Clicks. My name is Tlish. Don't forget to roast your opponents. Always roast your opponents and push through the day. It's been a good morning so far, and we've unboxed, we've seen a lot of good pieces. I was drinking Danish blend coffee from the Puerto Rico importing company out of New York, based out of New York. Don't forget to give me a like on YouTube and a subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can always see my content when it appears. And visit Highlander Games in Boonton, New Jersey, and also Good Games in Queens, New York. Those are the stores that I play at, and you should give them a visit next time you're around. Let's see. I think we're pretty much done with the unboxing. I hope everybody enjoyed watching, and have a good one.